So I do a lot of my original focused ideating on foot, but a lot of my serendipitous ideating will be with the fire going, right? If it's the winter, I read by the fire. It's when I read that I get a lot of my original ideas.
I have this theory that the two opposite states of mind that both facilitate creativity and productivity look something like this. And you can tell me whether or not this maps to anything that that you know. One is, just as you described, our body is in motion. Could be running, walking, might even be in the shower or something of that sort. But we aren't trying to direct our mind toward a specific linear trajectory or outcome. It's not like working out an equation or a theorem the same way we would if we were at a piece of paper or writing out a sentence, a structured paragraph. So it's body in motion, mind not channeled toward one specific target. The opposite extreme to me is body still, mind very active, which resembles rapid eye movement sleep when we learn a lot and neural rewiring occurs and dreaming, but for which there's also a lot of examples of very accomplished creatives using that sort of thing, of meditative-like approaches, forcing oneself to be still and thinking. Yeah. So it sounds like you incorporate both. And I'm curious, as a computer scientist who writes code, does theorems, does a lot of math, where you can't just kind of wing it. Yeah. There's a right and wrong answer involved. What is your mode for sitting down and working through something that's linear and hard?
Yeah, it's interesting the way you talk about it, right? Because when I'm walking, and this is actually something you can train, and I talked about this in one of my books once, that you can actually train yourself to maintain your internal eye of focus more stably while you're walking, right? So I call this productive meditation in deep work, actually. And I practiced this in grad school, right? Okay, so I'm going to work on a particular problem while I walk, and then you actually practice bringing your attention back to the central problem. And I don't know exactly what's happening, but you get a little bit more facility working with your working memory, a little bit more efficiency with bringing stuff in and out of the working memory. And so I trained myself that I could actually write a couple paragraphs in my head, maybe not word for, but basically word for word, like figure out how I'm going to do it, or figure out enough steps of a math proof to capture like a key insight. Like, okay, now I'm going to get around this. Then you have to sit down and actually formally capture that.